Gibbs Gaming.
Hey YouTube, and welcome back. This is Chris over here at Gibbs Gaming, and we're doing another Fallout 76 build. In this one, we're going to be doing our solo melee build, unlike our last one, which was team-oriented. I understand you guys saw a few flaws in it. For a solo build, he didn't do a whole lot of damage by himself. Well, we fixed that in this build, and it's primarily used for when you are by yourself. Now, we'll start over on the strength tree here. We've got 15 strength. We've got pack rat just so that we can carry more junk. Because we're out solo, we don't really want to be running back and forth between our camps. We want to try and stay out there as long as possible. We have slugger. That gives you your 20% more damage with two-handed weapons. I like two-handed. Now you can change out slugger, expert slugger, and master slugger. You can get things like again, I'm going to try and be in power armor 100% of the time, so Iron Fist really just doesn't help me there. But you can do Gladiator, so you can get that one-handed damage if you're really into just being able to slice and dice as fast as possible with a melee weapon. And then you can do, of course, Expert Gladiator, Master Gladiator, that way. You can change this out a little bit if you want to do a heavy gunner, kind of like XP grind build, which I will do in a different video. But basically, you just come in here and you get your heavy gunner. I just want to show you real quick because it's under strength. Yeah, you have like Master Heavy Gunner, you have Expert Heavy Gunner, and then you have Heavy Gunner starting at level 30, so that you can use those mini guns to a little bit more effect. So anyway, we've got those are our 15, and then we have Incisor. This is what you guys called me out on with my last build. I didn't have Incisor, which means I was losing out on a lot of damage there. So Incisor, what it does is it gives you melee weapons, so that's your one-handed, your two-handed, and your fist weapons. Your melee weapons will ignore 75% of your target's armor. That's huge. That actually couples with a few other perk cards that I've picked in this tree. So let's finish getting to it. Perception. Glow-sighted deals an additional, I know it doesn't say that, but additional 60% damage to glowing enemies. Okay? Because those guys have high, ridiculous amounts of armor, so this tacks on a little bit extra damage when we go up against those guys. We have rejuvenated. Like in a lot of my builds, I try to keep that rejuvenated because it actually gives us a little bit of a buff when we're well fed or well hydrated. And life giver for this build because we're, again, trying to go for that tanky slight build there. In the power armor, this gives us another 45 to our maximum health. That's going to put our base hit points up at 320. Okay, and we've got Lone Wanderer. When adventuring alone, this lets us take 20% less damage, and we gain a 30% AP regen. That's awesome. That allows us to get into VATS a little bit more. Tenderizer. Make your target receive 7% more damage for 10 seconds after you attack. That couples with Incisors, ignore armor, and with our glow-sighted so far. So right now we're rocking and rolling. If we're hitting a glowed target, this dude is taking a ton of damage. Makeshift warrior and weapon artisan, just like my gun builds. I like having the ability to craft my own gear. Again, this is a solo, not a team build, so he has to be able to repair his own gear, craft better gear for himself, and this right here will let us get that super sledge if we're using a two-handed weapon. It'll let us get the flame weapons if we're using a single-hand weapon, and it'll let us get the super punch weapon if you're going melee. Then we have weapon artisan so that it increases the condition on top of breaking slower, so that really helps there. And we have action boy and girl. This gives us another 45% faster regen on our action points. That couples with the Lone Wanderer's 30% regen or AP regen, so we're getting a total of 75% there. So that's always good. Gun Fu, this really helps us once we get it up with our VATS. What happens is every time I kill a target in VATS, I'm going to get not only a damage buff for the next 3 targets, I go 10, 20, and then 30% increased damage, but it automatically switches targets for me. So I don't have to get out of VATS, go back into VATS. I can immediately just go bam, 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 reset. Okay, so that gives us 6 points into agility there. Now over in luck, we got 11 points of luck. So we got 4-leaf clover. Each hit in VATS. See, that's the key. A lot of people say I should go psychopath, but honestly, psychopath only works if I kill the target. If it's something a little bit outside my range, of being able to one-shot, I'm not going to fill that meter very fast. But if I hit it, I have an excellent chance to fill that critical meter, which means I can use that critical again. Unlike Fallout 4, we don't get to save our criticals. We don't have a perk card for that, at least not yet. So anyway, that gives us an excellent chance to fill our critical meter. Then we have Bloody Mess. 15% damage bonus means enemies explode into red gory paste. We could care less about the exploding part. We just like that 15% bonus damage. That again couples with all the other perk cards we've gotten for the damage, okay? That's going to go with the Gun Fu. That's going to go with all of our Slugger or Gladiator perks. That's going to go with the Lone Wanderer. That's going to go with everything on the board. So that's awesome. Grim Reaper Sprint, 3 points. Any kill in VATS has a 35% chance to restore all action points. So that when we do kill something, we have a 35% chance that our AP fills all the way back up, which allows us to keep going in VATS. Mysterious Stranger, I picked this card just because I had 2 points left over. So I only put 2 points into it, but I thought it would be kind of funny, you know, while you're out there smashing and bashing with your weapons, you know, you get the Mysterious Stranger to appear and show up and start shooting some of your guys. So I just thought that would be funny. That's the only reason why I threw that in there. You can, of course, go in here and pick any of these other perks. If you want to throw Psychopath in there, go for it. But honestly, I don't think it should stack very well with getting your 4-leaf clover. Because it's based off of killing your target, whereas 4-leaf is just based on hitting it. So anyway, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could get 2 points into Storm Chasers, so that while you're in a rad storm from, like, say, a nuclear blast or whatever, you're gaining health back. You can get Starch Genes. I know a lot of people like Starch Genes, so if you get a mutation you really like, you can keep it. Things like that. So anyway, that's literally the entire build that I'm doing for a solo run. I'm doing it right now on the PlayStation. I don't have any footage of it, sadly, but that is my solo melee build. Yes, I know I lose my Lone Wanderer perk when I do team up with a friend of mine when he plays with me, but honestly, I'll take the 20%, or I'll, you know, I can lose this card. It's not that big of a deal for me. In fact, when he plays with me, I switch over to bodyguards so I can get some damage, damage and energy resistance while we're leveling. But other than that, that's my build, guys. Please let me know what you guys think I'm missing out, because I'm always looking to learn something more for this game. So if there's something, a perk card or special stats that I messed up somewhere along the line, let me know in the comments down below. I would really like to know what you guys think I should be doing differently. Other than that, guys, I hope you're enjoying the game as much as I am. I'm loving playing this game, especially when I get to play with my friends. So yeah, I'm loving this game. I'm loving it a lot. I've probably already put, between the PlayStation and the PC, I've probably already put well over 200 hours in. So it's a fantastic game. I'm loving it. Anyway, I'm going to jet out of here, guys. I got one more video I got to try and get done. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Again, I'm Chris over here at Gibbs Gaming. Make sure you guys hit the middle button for me. That's the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Hit the bell notification so you can stay up to date with all of the content that I put out for you guys. And then on this side, YouTube is going to tell you what they suggest you watch, because they're psychic. And over here on this other side, guys, is going to be a playlist for Fallout 76. It's going to have all of my tips, tricks, builds, videos, whatever, into that. So make sure you click one of those links so that we can get going into the next one. I'll see you guys later. As one, we rise stronger and wiser. Peace out.